Go to polymodeling shelf, select a cylinder, go to the front view, W, shadings, select wireframe, shaded, and X-ray joints, as we will use joints to deform this cylinder later. Go to the input of this cylinder. We want to change subdivision height into something like 10, and use D to go to the vertex mode. Move the vertex down, hold Shift to snap it to the grid, which is exactly at the bottom of this object. D again to come out from the pivot point mode, move it up, hold X again, same trick to snap the cylinder on the floor. R, scale it up, go to the perspective view, click on this little piece, make it a bit thinner, double click, change the name, and we can right click, give it a material anode, standard surface, attribute editor, name the material. Base color. Now, same thing, shading, you have to do this for each viewport. Wireframe unshaded, X-ray joints as well for later. Drop in a sphere. Here we can quickly rotate the sphere. Go to channel box, key in 90, and flatten it, stretch it, F focus, flatten a bit more. All the wireframes like this later will be useful. Right click, go to the vertex mode. B is the soft selection function. Hold B, middle mouse. Change the soft selection range, W, to change the shape of this piece a little bit. Right click, object mode, right click on the object, then assign existing material, green. D, vertex mode. You can get rid of B, which is the vertex pivot point mode. Move the vertex, move the pivot point to the side, D again. Move the position of the leaf. Now when you spin, because the pivot point is on the side, it will be rotated like this. Now you can also double check tool settings. Is it word? Is it object? So if it's object, it looks like this. If it's word, it's easier to manipulate it, change the translation of it in Word. I will double click, rename it leaf. I will then select these two items and Control G to put them in a group, Geo. And I will select all of them and put them into this display layer, double click, Geo, all capitals, save. Now, in the display layer, you can change the visibility to see the gray wireframe, or to see the reference, or back to normal selectable. So in this mode, we wouldn't be able to select a mesh. Now, I still want to select them, and I want to freeze. So freeze, we get rid of all of the translations and the history here. History is still here, so select all of them. Also forget history. So now the original input is gone, which is fine. We don't need it anymore. So space, go to another viewport, then rigging, create joint, hold X to create the joints and snap it to the grid. We can change this later. Click on top, enter to finish drawing. Now double check tool settings from this button that when you create the joint, symmetrical drawing is off. Now I can do the same for my leaf. I will start from here. I will then do another one to the top. Enter to finish drawing. Now this one, I think the position is okay. This one I will make it lower, put it here. This one, I will move it higher to here. Now the joints, I can then go to outliner. For example, this one, if I want to change it, I just hold D. I can change it like this by itself, or I can change it without D. It's something like this. Once you moved anything, you need to select the joint and go to the workspace of rigging. So you see the right menu. Then go to skeleton and reorient the joint. Now, if you go to selecting tools rather than word, it's object. Can see so select the root of the joint. So I just quickly show you if I move this one, and if I do reorient, the orientation of this one would be fixed. So I'll go Control Z, Command Z, go back, select this one as well. Skeleton, orient joint, just in case. Object mode. Now in this case, I'll be able to select this one, and I can do stem 1, Shift open. Can see this kind of hierarchy mode. I can do copy and paste. There are not so many joints, so it doesn't have to be complicated. There is an easier way to rename everything faster. But for now, this is fine. So, leaf 1. 2, 3. All of the joints here are renamed. I can select this one, then select this one. This one can then be the parent. Click on P, see the connection, hold Shift to open the hierarchy of this. So I'm happy with this. I will do Control G, and I will do skeleton, channel box. Select them. Create a new layer, double click, scale up, save. Now I can test. It works. Go to perspective view. If this ever happened to you, just found the perspective view camera, middle mouse, and drag it and release it into the viewport. Now make sure everything is selectable. I can then select the root of my joint. I can then shift select my geo one by one. Make sure it's selectable, shift. Then I will go to skin, bind skin. With bind skin applied, I will be able to select them and deform the leaf a little bit. With brushing weight, we can make this movement look more clean rather than affecting any vertexes here. However, for a simple animation, it's fine. So here, for example, if you open the skeleton, I select all of them, make sure that in outline 3 of them are selected, then I can rotate them very smoothly all together, or I can go to stem and shift and select all of them, and I can create nice bend animation. Then we can go to curves. In curves, we can then double check create, NURBS primitives, interactive creation selected, then go to the curve. I can then control create a curve, W. You can see its object selection is on. I put it somewhere here, make sure the controller can control these skeletons. So I will turn off the visibility of the mesh, as mesh will be deformed by the joints. Hold V, so V snap to point, so I've snapped snap to vertexes, so I've snapped to this point of the joint. Now I can rename it as Control Stem 1. Now I can make it a bit smaller. Now the original orientation of this, the x-axis is pointing this way, which is not ideal. There is a way to fix it. However, at this stage, let's just have some fun and leave it as how it is. So once it's done, we can then shift and drag and duplicate it. Hold V to snap it to the joint here. Shift, drag, duplicate, V, snap to the joint. Shift, drag, duplicate, V, snap to the joint. Shift, click, and duplicate, hold V to snap it to the joint. You can change the size of them. So some of them can be a bit smaller, some of them can be bigger, that's fine. Use this one, make it small. Same thing for this, same thing for this. So I can W, move it. Go to another view, it will be more precise. Outliner again, same thing. Front, drag it to here, middle mouse drag. Maximize the scene. W, object mode is easier, so V, snap it on. Go back, space, perspective view. Visibility of the geometry on. I can now, no, I will need to scale the control a little bit. I can then make it a little bit skinnier, something like this. Then I will rename this one as leaf one. So W, shift, duplicate, turn off the visibility of the geo, otherwise it will snap on something else, maybe the geo's vertex. So V, snap it, hold, shift, drag, V, snap it. It can be a bit smaller. Now again, in reality, in more proper work of rigging, you wouldn't align since this, so that we have to, this issue is we have to consider this x-axis, we want it to face this way, and we want it to be aligned with the joints, yeah, in general. So I will select all of them, and I will do polymodeling, and I will freeze them. I will freeze them. So again, there's a more professional way to do this. However, for now, if I have removed this control to somewhere here, I can then go to 0 and it will go back. Okay, so now what I can do is I can then create a hierarchy for the controls so it aligns with the joints I want to control. For example, the joints will be able to, in the hierarchy, it will be able to do this, but if I select my controls all together, all of them selected. And if I rotate, it's something like this would happen. So when the control controls the joints, we don't want this kind of surprises. So again, we can do select Q to select the other one, P, select this one, P, like this one. Now watch what happened in the outliner. The hierarchy is there. Go to the Control P, Control P. Now this one can belong to here as we wanted to control the leaf or not, maybe. So try P. Now select this one, Control G, rename, Control underscore R, just Control T-L, enter. Selected, display layer, Control, save. Now I have something to control the visibility of the controls. Now next, select Control, then Shift select the joint we wanted to control. Go to Constraint, Parent. Look at the settings. We have maintain offset ticked on, which is fine here, and we just apply. So select this one, then select the control, apply. Select this one, and select the joint, apply. Select the control, 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 select the joint, apply. Now, if we go to all the joints, we can see that's all the constraints we applied. If you select them and delete them, then they're gone. They're gone, so you have to reapply. However, now, if I select all of the controls, they're selected here, and now if I move the joints that current visibility of the skeleton off, we just see the stem. There you go. That's the simple rig for this item. I can then test the animation if I need. So S, I do this at 6 and I do 18. Then I rotate, auto key is on. I can then select the other ones, go to X, S, then go to 18. I can do this and I can watch the animation without the control, without the wireframe shaded if I don't need. I can then look at it. Then double check your timeline and playback speed. Now right click, play blast. Now the video should be ready. Can look at it better.